In this video, I want to talk to you about a potent Jing herb known as Semen Cuscutae, also known as daughter seed. And it is a parasitical vine that gets its nourishment from other plants, similar to the way that cordyceps works. However, this plant is not a fungus. But they do have similar qualities. Both cordyceps and Semen Cuscutae are potent Jing herbs. They restore Jing, they build up that Jing energy, which is going to translate into greater sexual energy, improved hair health, improved skin, just a greater drive for life, and of course, improved libido and fertility levels. More specifically to daughter seed or Semen Cuscutae is it helps replenish the yin, restores the Jing. It's going to help preserve Jing energy. It tonifies both the liver and the kidneys and is going to improve your eyesight. And it's also a tonifying herb to the spleen and kidney and can help prevent and remedy diarrhea. Now, one of the first benefits I want to talk about in detail of this potent Jing herb is that it's an anti-inflammatory herb. So I've come across a few studies that sort of demonstrate its anti-inflammatory qualities. One study I found was done on paw edema, which is basically the accumulation of fluid in the paws of animals, which results in obviously pain and irritation in the paw. And when animals are fed Semen Cuscutae, they find that the swelling, the edema, the pain and inflammation and irritation of the paw resolves and goes back to a healthy level. And the studies show that basically, in a few words, that the reason for this is because it has an anti-inflammatory benefit to the liver in particularly, and helps eliminate toxicity from the liver that generally is one of the primary causes of inflammation in the body anyways. So it really targets inflammation at the root, going right to that primary liver organ system and eliminating toxicity from it. That's really going to result in the overall reduction of inflammation, pain. And in the Chinese system, joint pain, arthritis, inflammation is really just a stem of an imbalance in the liver, particularly known as liver heat or toxic heat in the liver. So it goes right to the liver and helps expel heat, gets rid of toxins from the liver, which is going to result in a reduction of swelling pain, especially joint pain, swelling of the ankles, knees, back, any sort of other joint or tendon issues. Another interesting benefit I discovered about this herb is that it has a tonifying effect on the brain. It helps prevent neurological disorders. It's specifically been shown in study to prevent and remedy Parkinson's disease, and this is likely to do with its anti-inflammatory benefits. It's an anti-inflammatory to the brain, which is going to improve brain health and obviously prevent any sort of damage done to the brain, because inflammation in the brain can basically deteriorate brain cells and affect the brain on a physical level. It also has antioxidants and flavonoids that help prevent oxidative damage that can be done to the brain. That is one of the major causes of neurological disorders, Alzheimer's, dementia, Parkinson's disease, and these other sort of degenerative neurological disorders. Perhaps one of the most obvious benefits of Semen Cuscutae is it improves the quality of our sperm health, as a very tonifying or nourishing benefit on the overall reproductive system in both men and women. Studies show that the consumption of this herb can basically improve the quality, the health, mobility, motility, and the function, and even the production or the size of your sperm quality. So it's going to result obviously in greater levels of fertility. And the way that it really does this on a Chinese medicine perspective is it helps build up that kidney Jing. So our Jing is our vital essence, it's our primal energy. It has everything to do with our sex drive. It's typically stored in our kidneys, which is very connected to our reproductive system and our sex glands. So it basically helps promote the production of sex fluids by basically nourishing and building up that kidney Jing essence. Additionally, Semen Cuscutae nourishes the endocrine system, which is going to have a positive effect on the production of sex hormones that result in greater levels of fertility, sex drive, and that can obviously have a very potent effect on the quality of sperm health and sex fluids, as these hormones basically are stimulated in the genitalia area, also known as our second brain. So the endocrine system dwells not just in our thyroid adrenals, but it also dwells in our ovaries and our genitalia. So by stimulating the overall endocrine system, it stimulates our sexual glands to produce more sex hormones. Last but not least, Semen Cuscutae is not just a Jing herb, it's also a Qi tonic herb. And Qi is our vitality. It is the energy we get from our food, from our diet. It's the energy we get from engaging in sexual activity, from breathing, from being outside. We accumulate Qi from basically the environment around us. And this is a really great herb for building up not just your Jing energy, but your Qi energy. So this herb has a lot of Qi energy. This is probably due to its parasitical nature. It extracts a lot of qi from other plants in nature, and so therefore it has sort of an abundance of qi energy that is sort of translated or transmitted into our bodies when we consume it. So as a qi tonic herb, it's going to be a really great herb for promoting longevity and anti-aging, because essentially the more qi we have, the more daily energy we have that can prevent us from going into our Jing energy, and really has a preserving effect on Jing energy. And the best way I've ever heard it explained, it really is a metaphor to sort of money, and that Jing is kind of like our savings account of energy, and qi is our daily allowance. So by having a high daily allowance and not going beneath that, let's say we have $100 worth of qi energy. If we only spend $50 a day, then that means we have another $50 that we can put back into our savings account, and not just preserve our Jing, never dipping into it, but also building our Jing back up. So the more qi we have, the more likely we are to not have to dip into our savings account of energy. And if we have a lot of it and we don't use all of it every day, that excess energy gets stored into our kidney essence, it gets stored into our Jing account, and helps build our vital energy, or our essence, promoting obviously longevity, anti-aging, and the prevention of degenerative diseases. So this is the Chinese medicine perspective of energy and vitality. So by building up our qi energy with qi tonic herbs, qigong, obviously living a low stress life, having a nourishing diet, we can do a great job of building up our daily energy. And this is what we see in people that we see as healthy and fit. They essentially just have strong Jing and a strong daily amount of qi energy that they extract from their lifestyle. And Semen Cuscutae is one of the more potent qi herbs that you could take to build qi energy. A few additional benefits of this herb is that it's antibacterial. It is known to be anti-cancerous and inhibits cancer cell growth. It has subtle adaptogenic qualities, particularly related to regulating our blood pressure, which has a positive effect on our overall health. It builds our yang energy, and it's a lung tonic that has been shown to be great for remedying issues like bronchitis or impediments in our breathing. These are just some of the main benefits that I've discovered about this herb. I experience greater level of vitality when I consume it. I definitely notice the qi enhancing benefits when I take this herb. I can definitely notice an increase in my sexual energy and my overall creativity. If you're interested in trying this herb or learning a bit more, I have articles about this herb that you can find on the website, and to try some for yourself, you can click the link below.